if you are under $30,000 a month on Amazon, I know that you believe that the reason why you cannot scale is because you do not have the capital or you do not have access to enough capital. And today I'm going to challenge this false belief that you have, and I'm going to show you that you actually do have access to capital. What you're telling me right now is just an excuse for your shortcomings. Because the truth is that capital is the easiest thing to actually find when you have a business that is profitable. And this is what we are going to look into today. If you do not know me, my name is Chris Mangunza. I release videos right here to teach you about how to sell on Amazon and scale your business above $100,000 a month, like I help so many sellers do. So yeah, if I were you, I would subscribe because these tutorials are free, 100% free. Okay, so as I said, and I know it because I talk to a lot of sellers at different levels all the time, right? And I know that the number one thing that comes back when you tell them, like when you tell them, hey, what's your issue? What is this? What is that? Is, hey, I don't have enough capital. And the reason why you believe this is because YouTube, social media, all this stuff, right? All people talking about Amazon, all this stuff, it's an echo chamber for dumb ass advice, okay? The truth is that if you are using your own cash to try to scale your Amazon business, you are doing something wrong. This is not the way you should be doing it. And the reason why you are stuck under $20,000-$30,000 a month, and 35, 40, we can go to 40 for some people. The reason why you are stuck below that is because you are still using your own money to run your Amazon business, and you should use other people's money. Now, you're going to tell me, hey, I don't have good credit, I don't have this, I don't have that. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. The worst advice that you have ever received when it comes to actually running an Amazon business is that you should never pay interest. Because if you pay interest, it's going to eat on your return on investment. That's such a dumb advice. That is such a dumb advice, and that is what is keeping you where you are. Okay, so just tell me, because like you may say, hey, yeah, but nobody is going to give me money to scale my business, just because your business is not doing good enough, because you haven't focused on actually being able to be really tight with your cash flow cycle and being able to flip money fast. Because if you were able to flip money fast, like let's say that you can actually, like let's say that you can turn, like in just, let me say, in 30 days, you can turn $1 into $2. If you're able to do this in 30 days, tell me who's not going to actually lend you money. Because you can get, like you could get a loan for $1,000 at a crazy interest rate. So for 60 days, let's say, and you're going to pay back $1,500 in 60 days, and you're going to pocket the difference because you can just double money in 30 days, right? So you can double the money twice. So at the end of the cycle, you would have $4,000. You would just need to pay $1,500. That's it. Is the interest rate crazy? Yes, but tell me who would not do that? Who would not place his money there? If you can actually get to a point where you understand your business really clearly, right? You understand your cash flow cycles. It's really, really easy to fund your business. The only issue is that you believe that, hey, I need to get an interest-free loan, so I need to get 0% APR card. I need to get a really, really low interest loan. If you cannot get them, then you cannot get them. And like you need to find other ways to actually fund your business. And paying interest is fine as long as you understand your business number and you understand that you are going to make more money than the interest you are going to pay. So if you borrow $1,000, you need to pay back $1,500. You need to make at least $1,501 from that investment, right? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, yeah, it's not worth my time. I'm going to do all this just for $1. That's the best that you can do right now. And guess what? If you're able to do this with $1,000, you just need to build a system where you can actually do this with as much money as you can. If you can actually do this with $10,000, and you can actually double your $10,000, and of course, you're not going to double your money as fast with Amazon, but I'm just using this as an example, right? But my point is, as long as you understand all your numbers. Okay, so whenever you actually get money, it takes you that much money to spend it in inventory, and when you spend that in inventory, it takes you that much time to actually sell it and get your money back, and you get your money back at a 30% return on investments on average. You know that if you get $1,000, and let's say it takes you 30 days to do all this, okay, to actually sell your inventory and actually get your money back. And of course, you can figure all that out by looking at reports on Amazon. All that stuff, you can actually calculate all that stuff. The reason why you fail is because you haven't done that. Because once you actually do that, you know what type of loan you can get. You don't care about interest rate. Because even if you're going to pay 10% on top on that loan, let's say it's a loan for 3 months, right? You're gonna pay 10% on top, 10% extra, 10% interest. If it's 3 months and you make 30% return on investment on average, you're going to pocket 20% you're going to pocket 20% of that money, right? If you can just make 30% in 3 months. But wouldn't it make sense if you're able to do this with $100,000 in 3 months? You're going to pay $10,000 in interest, but you're going to pocket $20,000 in profit. Yeah, it's just 20%. Like, fuck you, like it's enough. You're going to make $20,000 in 3 months. So, like, you're probably making just $3,000 a month right now, like $800 a week at your job. But you think like a dumbass. You just think like a dumbass. You just need to realize you need to understand your numbers. Based on your numbers, what type of loan can you afford? And yes, if your credit sucks, all that stuff, you may not be able to get loans at a bank, at a traditional bank, right? But there's a lot of things that you can do. You have a car, like you have jewelry? Go pawn your jewelry, and like I don't know how long you're gonna have to pay it back, but like if you understand your numbers and if you know that, let's say you have 90 days to actually pay it back. I have no idea how pawn shop works, right? You have 90 days to actually pay back the money that they gave you before they actually sell your stuff, right? You have 90 days. If you can flip your stuff in 30 days, guess what? You can flip your stuff, your money twice and like 2 times and a half, and get your money back. I mean, and pay back your stuff and get your stuff back. Use collaterals if you need to. But what you guys don't do is that you guys run your business like amateurs. And this is why you cannot use other people's money. Because there's a ton of ways to get money. There's a ton of ways outside of banks, outside of traditional loans. There's a ton of ways. You have a car? Get a car title loan. Okay? But once again, first you need to understand your business numbers and you need to stop running your business like an amateur. That's the only thing. You're just running your business like an amateur. That's the only thing that is not allowing you to scale. Because if you actually run your business the right way, you understand your numbers. If you understand your numbers, you know what type of loan you can afford. You know what type of loan you can afford. It does not matter the return on the interest, right? It doesn't matter the interest. As long as you're making money out of it, you're good. But you keep thinking, if I pay more than 3% interest, or if I pay interest at all, it's not good. No, it's good because you have more money than you currently have, right? So if you make $20,000 extra, then it's $20,000 cash. If we go back to that $100,000, and of course you may not have enough to collateral like a $100,000 loan, right? I'm sorry, I'm coughing a little. But my point is, if you can just get 20% of the money that you loan back into cash, it's extra cash that you can invest into your business. And little by little, you can actually do this more. And the more you get these loans, the better the terms are going to be. The better terms, the most money you're going to have more money available as you build those relationships with those people lending you money. And that's how you scale your business with other people's money. Literally, that's it. But first, your business needs to run the correct way. And the only way, so your problem, and to go back to what I was saying, your problem is not that you lack capital. Your problem is that you run your business like an amateur. You don't run a business. It's not even a side hustle. It's just a hobby for you. You just run your business as a hobby. It's not a business. If you run a business, you understand the numbers of the business. If you understand the numbers of the business, you understand how much money you can borrow at what interest and how much money you're going to make on top of the loan. Once again, the only reason you don't do it is because you run your business like an amateur. That's the only thing. Because crackheads living in the streets understand how to leverage money to actually buy crack. Okay? They live in the street, they don't have shit, but they will find that money. They're gonna get in debt and find that money to buy their crack, right? And you're gonna tell me that you can't find an extra $1,000 to invest in your business. You cannot find a $1,000 loan. You have a lot of ways to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. You just don't look deep enough. You just don't understand your business numbers enough. And so you think that you're stuck to regular loans. You're not. You just suck at business. And you need to change that. And once you change that, then you can actually leverage other people's money. And you can understand how much money you're going to make depending on your cost of capital. Hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully this video is the thing that makes it click for you and you actually start using other people's money to scale your business. I'll see you in the next